Don't touch my present.
I'm been asking you, I said please, and you won't move. So
I don't gotta move when you want me to.
First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belonged to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me.
Wait a minute.
I came over here with no problem.
Wait a minute.
Don't
Hold
rush
up,
up on my
bitch.
kids.
Hold up, bitch. See, this is what I would be thinking in my mind if I was one of those officers. There's nothing but women and children. And these little teenage boys who be 14 and 15 years old, they don't listen to them damn women. See, a lot of these little boys, they play with their mama, but they don't really play with their daddy like that. And a lot of these women have taken their children away from the father. Hey, what's going on? This is Hicks Uncensored. I am back with another one, and going forward, I want to tone things down and I want to tone my profanity down. Within this video, there's going to be quite a few pauses, probably more than usual, because there's so many points that I want to touch on, because I want to give you guys a visual example. This is why I wanted to create this channel. I want you to be able to see what I'm talking about, because if most people did not see what I'm talking about, then they would not believe the magnitude of what I'm conveying. I'm not your mama. I'm not your damn daddy. I am not interested in making things sound pretty. You are not in the work environment where everything is going to be politically correct. I am talking to you guys as if you have known me for years and we're just sitting talking in private and we're sitting talking on the couch. If you desire to have that soft, watered down shit, then you got to go somewhere else. That's not my personality. Let's get straight into this video.
On August 17th, 2022, officers were dispatched to a neighborhood in response to a report of shots fired.
Man, what's going on? You get shot? You get shot? Oh, good. I'm good.
What happened?
Hold up. You're limping, man. Slow down. What's going on? Hold up. I don't know. Hang on a second. What's going on?
What happened?
I don't know. I gotta get my car. Hold up a second. What's going on? I don't know. It's alright. I don't know.
Bro. Okay, hang you down, bro.
I ain't got nothing.
No walk off. Sir, stop.
I gotta go to my car.
Stop, man.
Hold up. Relax.
Listen, calm down. It's okay. We're not saying you did nothing, all right?
You all right?
We got gunfire. We got people pointing to you, saying somebody was probably coming after you. We gotta figure out what's going on.
You okay? You need to be in the car with me?
I gotta get my mama car.
Where's
We'll get there
that?
in a moment. We'll get there in a moment.
Right there, the next door to Ebony house. Joe, go get that car. The keys in.
Go get the car for 34. So
What's going on?
You were in the area. What'd you hear?
I just heard a gunshot.
When?
Just now. Hello?
Do me a favor, just relax. Here, lean up against this car. Relax. Over here, just lean up against it. What's going on? You gotta know something.
I don't know, bro.
Relax.
I don't know. Just heard the shots.
What'd you see when you heard the shots?
Shit, it was just me with females.
Females?
And
Where?
3 little dudes. I don't even know.
You said little dudes, like kids?
Little dudes.
Teenagers?
Yeah.
What'd they look like?
I don't know. They ran on the side of the house. I don't know.
What house? From where?
Right there.
Y'all
They
kill
ran
me with
up
these
and around
damn
that way?
phones in your hand.
Which way they go?
Communicate.
Stand up for me. Which way they go?
They went that way, towards the projects.
Towards 34, be advised, the suspect may have run towards.
The man appeared quite standoffish and was reluctant to provide much information beyond a certain point. While he didn't offer a description of the teens, another witness reported seeing one teen wearing a white shirt and black pants, and the other shirtless. Using the details from both sources, officers followed up and investigated the location where the man indicated the teens had fled.
That's it. What you need? You just got his shirt off. What's wrong?
Yeah, these matching the description someone looking for. Give me a second.
He has the description. That's my son. He wouldn't need what you
Okay.
Some bullshit is about to go on. I can already tell. A whole bunch of foolishness is about to go
I'm
on.
Officer Stevenson. How you doing, man? I'm Officer Stevenson. That's it.
What's up?
Hey, so I got a call. We got some gun discharge over here. All I got is a black male, no shirt, walking this
He
way.
just took the shirt off.
In the car, just got out the car.
I believe you. 100%. I was told this by somebody else. Okay. So if Mom's willing to, I'll get her statement and her information and yours, and that'll be it.
While the officer was running their information in the system, the other teenager, allegedly involved in firing the weapon, arrived at the scene. When officers attempted to question him, chaos erupted.
Hey, my man. Let me get your name too as well, man.
No, back up. You ain't passing me.
That man got a shirt on.
What am I
got a shirt on. shirt on. He do not need to be. I got access.
For real, anybody y'all picking at y'all?
We just give the name. That's it. We just got the name.
That's a child. You can't question him. He wasn't
Where's
even
his mom?
around during the
Where's his mom?
I'm his sister. I'm his adult.
Where's his mom?
No, I'm the parent. That's him.
No.
Yeah, I'm the parent. That's him.
You're not the parent. You are not the parent.
Y'all messing with me because I'm black.
See, check this out, man. I'm gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna try to tone it down a little bit. There is a lack of proper communication. See, when I talk this shit, these are things that I tell to my nephew. You gotta learn how to communicate. You gotta understand the dynamic of proper and effective and adequate communication. They've never been taught that. They don't know anything about that. Not just that, but from the looks of the environment, I can tell that there's a lot of dysfunction and trouble that takes place in this environment. Notice how you see all of these kids, these children, and women. I don't see any solid men. I can tell that this is an environment with no order, that is completely devoid of any structure. You see a bunch of kids outside hanging out, doing all type of shit with no governing. I know how these areas are. I'm not speaking on something that I have not experienced. Mama just let them go outside and they're outside doing all type of shit. When someone approaches you trying to get to the bottom of something, if you are innocent, you engage them properly and respectfully to get to the bottom of whatever it is that needs to be figured out. Me personally, I would teach to my son that if an officer thinks that you have some sort of participation within a criminal act or situation and you have not, then you need to convey, articulate, and dispel whatever belief that is in the mind of that officer. By you saying things like, I ain't do nothing, get away from me, I don't want to talk to y'all, it would appear that you are not innocent and you will look guilty. And this whole thing about y'all messing with me because I'm black, stop saying that dumb shit. Even if that's what you really believe, if you really and genuinely believe that, stop saying that stupid ass shit. It is overused. Nobody takes that shit serious. And not just that, but it won't get you anywhere. Where will it get you to say, y'all doing this because I'm black? Absolutely nowhere. When you speak like that, the only thing that you're doing is victimizing yourself. Stop being and playing a damn victim. Y'all doing it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black? Stop saying that weak ass shit. And also, there are real, legitimate racial claims. And when you continuously and frivolously use the race card, continuously saying, is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black? You will delegitimize real racial claims. Stop bringing up the color of your skin when the situation has nothing to do with the color of your skin. Have you ever thought about maybe it's because of the things that you are involved in that causes the police attention? Have you ever thought about that?
What else will I turn up? And I won't be leaving in the police car. I promise you that.
Hey, go back. I'm talking to some telling them, look, they trying to be no
What are you doing? What you doing?
Ain't no order. There is no order.
My man. You can stop. Come on.
Don't touch me.
Bro, don't touch me.
That thing with 23. Touch me.
Don't listen.
Back up, y'all. Move out of the way.
I just told you he got shit to do. My brother just came out of the house. You're not talking to him. You're not talking to him. I'm his parent. I'm his guardian. Don't talk to him.
It doesn't matter.
Be a child. Don't talk to him.
You tried that earlier today and it didn't work with the POE. It's not going to work with us.
This is what I have a problem with. I'm gonna let the video play though.
Detain her, get her identified, and get her over here towards the car.
Relax.
You're just being detained. You're just being detained.
Relax.
That's all. You're not going to jail, you're being detained. Funny shoot each other one. We have one black female detained. Stop trying to slip my cuffs. You're not going to slip to those cuffs.
Thanks, sir.
All you're going to do is going to hurt yourself, that's it.
You think that?
Okay. Just put it.
I ain't pushing around and I'm trying to check my face. You got me up.
See,
Yo.
I can't handle this. These little broads talk so crazy.
Please.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say please.
Please take a... Please, sit down.
You ain't gotta force me. I got my own manners.
I've been asking you. I said please, and you won't move. So
I don't gotta move when you want me to.
Please.
I ain't gotta move when you want me to. No, I don't.
Please.
I don't.
Please take a seat because I don't want to do this today.
All right, but stop trying to push me in this shit. I can sit down by myself.
Sit down.
Let me go there.
People like this, they think that they run something. They're trying to run a situation that they're not in control of. Sometimes you have to yield to authority, but you've been taught to be disrespectful and rebelliant to authority. This shit burns me up. You don't run anything. This is an attitude that needs to be put in check. As I've mentioned before, this is a very rebelliant, dysfunctional spirit. This is a spirit. Many of them think that they're strong and independent, when in reality, they are weak and dependent. They think that they're strong, like, he ain't finna make me sit down. I ain't finna let no man tell me what to do. This is the type of mentality and thought process that they have. I know them. Some of you don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm telling you, this is how they think. And subconsciously, they think that speaking loudly and aggressively is some way of showing that they're strong. And it is not. It is not. They have watched their mothers do this shit. They have watched the women in their families talk down to and speak disrespectful to the men in their families. I know what I'm talking about. Now she's out here doing the same thing that she grew up watching the women in her families do. She's doing it now to this officer. And this girl is probably 19 or 20 years old. Where do you think she learned this from? She grew up seeing the older women behave in such fashion. Then you go out here to the real world and you think that this is how to behave. And it is not. It is detrimental to your advancement. See, people like this, they like to speak very loudly and they are wrong about what they say. Notice how in the video she kept saying, I'm his parent, I'm his parent. You are not the parent, you damn fool. Emotions are high and they don't want to listen. The ability to communicate effectively, to gain an understanding, to get to the bottom of whatever situation that occurs is nearly non-existent within them. And the people who are coming up under her, the children, 6 years old, 10 years old, they are learning the same shit. They are learning the same dysfunctional, backwards, warped way of thinking. You're a weak bitch trying to act like a tough, strong woman and you are not. And the only thing that she's doing is making the situation worse for herself. Ignorance and stupidity, and a person who exhibits these things, they are very dangerous.
Down by myself.
Sit down.
Let me go there.
No.
I ain't staying down. You're gonna have to sit me down yourself.
You want to be difficult.
I really don't want to do this.
You don't
Just
do
sit down.
it. Then you're gonna have to. I
Just sit
promise
down.
you that you're gonna have to.
Sit down. Sit down.
Want to be manhandled.
I saw me supervisor.
She just resisting. Missy, how old is she?
Mom, I got that on court.
She's got obstruction already. Yeah,
Ma'am,
Up in jail.
calm down before you go to jail.
did she kick you?
Man, no, what they had no right questioning them in here.
Look at this little girl out here cussing and don't know
Okay, I
what
need
she's
you to
talking
leave out here
about.
then, girl.
Okay, well, I'm waiting on her mama. Her mama.
Okay.
That's my sister. I
You can wait for her mom over there.
23 to bond or any of the units. That subject, white shirt, came back outside if you want to get him.
Hold on, gotta go. All right, hold on. Man, all we trying to do is get his information, get him ID. That's all we trying to do.
That's a minor.
That's it. Minor or not, I can still identify him.
No, his mom on the way.
And that don't make a difference. Unless I'm asking him questions that could incriminate him, asking him who he is doesn't incriminate anybody.
Look at all of these women and little boys and children.
What's your name?
I don't know. I don't speak English.
That seemed pretty good English to me.
Lost.
But listen, you still supposed to stay your ass in the house.
Hold on.
See, this is what I mean. There's nothing but women, little boys, and children. And these little teenage boys who be 14 and 15 years old, they don't listen to them damn women. They don't respect those women. They don't listen to what those women are telling them. This is reality. You can get offended, but this is reality. These little boys make it to a certain age or they make it to a certain size and they ain't listening to shit they mom tell them to do. They're not listening to anything that those women tell them. They have not grown up under the order of a man. They have not grown up under the instructions of a man. They have not grown up under the tutelage of a man. This shit needs to be done from birth. They don't know what it's like when a man tell you to do something, you get the fuck up and do it. I know I say I'm gonna watch my swearing, I'm gonna try to, but they don't know what that's like. They don't know what it's like seeing a man come home from work and run the damn household. They don't even know what order is. He went his ass in the house and then he came back out and now that woman is telling him he should have stayed in the house. He's a hard-headed little motherfucker. Ain't nobody to respect around there. I told you they don't really respect those women like that. Disorder, dysfunction, and complete and total chaos. Women are out here with bonnets on their damn head. The children are out here all over the damn place. They walking around in socks on the concrete with no shoes on. There is no way in hell that if a man was running those damn homes, that these kids would be out here looking like this, that the women would be out here looking like this. And when I say a man, I'm talking about a man. I ain't talking about no damn sucker. I ain't talking about a buster. I ain't talking about no bitch ass nigga. I'm talking about a man. Let me further explain because I know women would hear me say that and they would say to themselves, well, it doesn't take a man to pretty much teach a woman or show a woman to have class for herself. When you're dealing with bitches like this, usually and many times it takes a man with sense who she respects, who she's around frequently to correct and redirect her buffoonery and dysfunction. It's clear that they think it's okay. It's clear that they don't see anything wrong with it. So within situations like this, all it takes is for a man who got some sense about himself, who got some intelligence about himself, who she respects and who she desires to be with. She'll begin to follow his lead. She'll begin to value what he says. So if he says things like he doesn't want to see her outside in public with a bonnet on her head, if he says things like, hey, it should be done like this, and he gives her great sound reasoning on why, she will begin to shift her ways. Many of her dysfunctional ways will begin to shift. Her being around a man who's wise, who's knowledgeable, who's intelligent, who's useful, who's able to teach and show her different things that she didn't know to begin with. Also a man who can provide understanding in the places that she lacks. Not just that, but when she looks at his life, she can see that he knows what he's doing. When she looks at his life, she can see that he makes good decisions. Her thinking will begin to change. Bitch, I'm here with this game, and we're about to rearrange this foolishness that's going on. Women who have men, actual men in their lives, valuable men, they would tell you that there's a certain type of energy, there's a certain type of atmosphere that a man like that brings. They're able to tell you the type of value that a man like that has brought to their household. Do you know that there are women out here who tell other women, you don't need no man, girl, fuck him. You need to be telling him this. You need to tell him what you ain't finna do. You need to tell him that. And then she goes home to her man and she don't do none of that shit to the man who she in a relationship with. She don't talk like that to the man who she in a relationship with, but she telling other women to talk crazy to the man who they're in a relationship with and tell him what she is and ain't gonna do, but she don't do that to her man. Men who are worth a damn, men who are full of substance, they don't want to be in environments and around people like this, and a lot of times they leave. You got the woman who don't listen, talking crazy, being rebellious. The children are seeing that, now they're doing the same. A lot of the guys just say fuck it. There's many things that go into why you see a lot of these damn neighborhoods like what you see in this video. It's lacking masculinity. The cop asked the boy a question. I don't know. I don't speak English. You're just a stupid motherfucker. You've never been taught anything. And I already expect for children to be foolish. I get it. Children are gonna be foolish. But at the same time, you have an adult who is an officer who is speaking to you, who's trying to get to the bottom of something. You don't even know how to engage. It is so clear to see the results of fatherless societies. The woman out of order and the children are out of order. Now they all have this rebellious attitude, just like this little boy had when that woman just told him he should have stayed in the house. He ain't trying to listen to that shit. See, a lot of these little boys, they play with their mama, but they don't really play with their daddy like that. And a lot of these women have taken their children away from the father. He's been living with that mother, learning all sorts of bad habits. Then when he's older and bigger and he's too much to control, she want to call up the daddy and say, you need to come get your son. You fucked him up already. You kept him away from me. His mentality is damaged now. That's a difficult thing to repair and put back intact.
You're getting detained now since you don't ID yourself.
All right, but y'all just detained.
Touching me for.
You're being detained, I already told you.
How you gonna arrest them after not being detained?
Detained, not arrested.
You need to shut the f*** up.
They ain't listening to them women.
You had your chance to do all that. You had your chance to do that. Still not spending all my name on my mom.
Ma'am, he's being detained because he failed to identify himself.
Look, bro, why you batting me down, though, bro?
You gotta make sure ain't no narcs.
I ain't even do nothing because they still trying to figure out my name and I won't tell them my name.
That right there,
You look like a suspect.
you're required by law to.
That's fine. You tripping.
You're required to, man.
I don't gotta tell y'all shit. I know my rights, brother. You tripping.
I'm so tired of them saying that. Stop saying, I know my rights. You don't know shit. And they repeat this and regurgitate this and they parrot what they have heard ignorant people before them say. I know my rights. You don't know anything. You know so little, but you talk so much. You know nothing, but you say a whole lot. If you knew something, if you had any degree of sense, you would have stayed your ass in the house. You would have never even been out there to begin with. And I can talk like this because I remember how I was when I was 16. I remember how I was when I was 15. That's not to say that I didn't have any foolishness in me, because I did as a teenager, but not like this. Not like this. You're not mentally assessing a situation so that you can respond intelligently. You're just out doing shit. You're just making moves without thinking. You're saying things without thinking. You're doing things without thinking, and it will hinder you. It will cost you. There is a saying that goes like this: it's best to keep quiet and allow people to believe that you are a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt and pretty much confirm that you are a damn fool. It's better they think it than for it to be confirmed and now they know it. A lot of situations could be over and done with before it exacerbates. They will sit and totally create the circumstance for them to be arrested, for them to go to jail, and then they complain about it saying it's somebody else's fault. No, it's your fault. You don't think through anything. You want to talk. You talk too damn much. Shut your fucking mouth.
Breaking the law right now, obstruction. Okay, failure to identify yourself in public housing.
Okay. So, if he won't give us his info, let's at least try to get mom's info to give her a call.
Mom was on the way.
Unscrew this.
And then try to go, well, y'all can't question him. I said, no, I'm trying to identify him, not question him.
That's it.
The neighbors reached out to the mother of the two detained teenagers, and she was quite upset upon hearing the news.
Ma'am, this is Detective Bond with the Savannah Police Department. Are you close by, ma'am? You're on. Your son matched the description of something that we had just a couple of blocks from here and did not want to identify himself, tried to run. I'm assuming this is his sister over here as well. Ma'am, I get that they may have bad experiences, but when somebody matches the description of something that we were given, especially in close proximity and close time frame for what we had, they can't just up and run whenever we make the stop. That's why I was trying to get them to understand, but your son right now is detained due to failure to identify. Okay. Ma'am.
Hey you, don't take Sean to the jail.
We're not taking anybody to jail right now, my buddy. It's okay. Okay?
That child shouldn't even be out there.
He still
they should
is
be in the
not free
house
to walk
somewhere.
away. He is still not free to not identify himself. And we do need to get his information. We need to get your daughter's information as well. Can you help me out with their information? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mom is pissed. Mom is pissed, but she is on the way.
Now Mama on the way.
The mother arrived a few minutes later.
Why y'all knock on my door?
Okay.
I didn't knock on your door. That's finished. He
right.
outside. Walked up and asked me what's his name.
All right, so this is what we got.
First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belonged to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me, and I would have came up here with no problem.
Wait a minute. Hold
Don't
up,
rush
bitch.
up on my kids.
Hold up, bitch. See, this is what I would be thinking in my mind if I was one of those officers. Now, of course, I would maintain my professionalism, but if I was one of these officers, that's what I would be thinking in my mind. As nice and respectful as I would like to be to them, you show up with the type of attitude and unruliness that would make me lose all respect for you. You show up on the scene. You don't know what's going on. You've been listening to your lying, flawed-ass daughter about what's going on. The cop is trying to explain to you what's going on. You cut him off. You think that they went in your house when they didn't. You don't know what you're talking about. Then you proceed on with your vile, verbal, vexing diatribe. This is where the daughter gets it from. This is exactly where that daughter gets it from. I'm gonna take it back. Watch this again.
Why y'all knock on my door?
Okay.
I didn't knock on your door. That's finished. He outside.
Right.
Walked up and asked me what's his name.
All right, so this is what we got.
First of all, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't rush into shit. Y'all don't pay for shit. Don't rush into the house and grab nothing that belonged to me. If it was a problem, you should have asked one of my neighbors. Let my neighbors call me, and I would have came up here with no problem. Don't rush up on my kids. And don't rush at nothing that y'all don't pay for. You know you can't do that by law. You wasn't supposed to go in my house at all.
We never did. He came back out.
They never went in your house.
Number one. Number two, we had a shots fired incident really close by. Your son matches the description along with somebody else. The other guy wound up stopping and cooperating and giving us his info. We needed to talk to your son and get his info and get your info. And
what you need my information
is this your, because we're
both
talking to your
of them
son.
are mine, and you got them in a car for what?
Because she was trying to help him run away. She was trying to prevent us from talking to him. She was trying to prevent
She's the guardian when I'm not here.
Let me tell you something. Notice something. Look at these children standing around. Look at him in the back. Look at this other one. They're all watching this. They are all watching how this woman is conducting herself with the police, and not just that, but they're watching how she conducts herself within a situation, period. Look at this young girl. She's been seeing it all. She is watching. She's watching how you handle yourself. She is watching your verbiage. She's watching your tone. She is watching your conduct. This is where these children get it from. This is where they get it from. You think that you're out here being this strong woman. You're just this strong woman. You're not. You are out here being an ignorant, mindless woman, a talkative, mouthy woman, a foolish woman who will not listen for the sake of understanding. All because they want to open their mouths and say something so bad. And the respect that I would like to have for them, the respect that I desire to have for them, goes out the window. It goes clean the hell out the window when they act like this. When I see broads like this, I immediately start thinking in my mind, wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute. Who the fuck are you talking to? You come up, you don't know what's going on, first of all. Second of all, your children are out here all over the damn place. Third of all, you got this bad, nasty attitude thinking that you're gonna get somewhere with me. Fourth, you talking about we went in your house, we never went in your house. You don't know what is going on. And you wonder why a lot of these little boys act how they act. You wonder where a lot of these little boys get this feminine behavior from. They're watching their mother act like this, and then they say, where are the fathers? The fathers, they're the one that left. Don't nobody want to deal with no bitch like this. If she's talking to the cops like that, heated like that, as hostile as she is, I can only imagine how she would talk to the father of her children. But just because you don't want to be with a woman like this is no excuse for vanishing and leaving. You still need to be there as a man to make sure that your children grow up appropriately, regardless of how she acts, regardless of the things that she's doing. But as a man, now it's just my opinion, I think that a man should still remain somewhere around to where he can still have some type of influence and provide some sort of teaching and guidance for his children or child. And then they stay dealing with this section of guys who ain't shit. And then the men who are about something, they don't want to deal with guys like that because they know that men like that aren't going to deal with and tolerate their foolishness and their mess, along with their Babylonian, wicked, Western, succubus bitch ways. In addition to that, they're being pushed out, they're being forced out, but most importantly, the mouth of this wicked Jezebel witch is running them off. And you're curious about why a lot of these children have negative thoughts and outlooks on their father. Look no further than that negative Jezebel who has been in the ear of that child. Now those children have a negative outlook on their father, and then they don't respect their father. And then they want to sit up and talk about where the good men at. Where all the good men at? Girl, where's all the good men at? Ain't no good men out here, bitch. They are away from you.
She does not have that right to prevent us from talking to
So
him.
if I have a problem with you guys because you guys have literally picked on me, one of you guys have literally been standing in my doorway. I'm standing in my door and minding my business, and one of your officers pull out a gun on me, turn around, and another officer body slam. You think I'm not gonna run from all y'all?
I don't know nothing about what happened with that. What I'm saying is that you're some messing with this.
Let me pause it one more time. You cannot play this card with me. Again, one more time. Look at the children who are standing around watching this conduct. They watch this kind of behavior and they think it's okay. They saw their mom do it. Sometimes they see their father do it. Where do you think that they get the level of dysfunction and disrespect that they get? The always want to talk. You always want to say something. You always got something to say. You can't be quiet. Where do you think they get that from? And I'm not saying that this is 100% of the case, but most of the time it is. You gotta know how to handle yourself under a difficult or challenging circumstance. Then you play that victim shit. Y'all be picking on me. Ungoverned. They are completely ungoverned. These households are ungoverned. These little neighborhoods and projects, they are totally ungoverned. This woman and these children, they are ungoverned, totally devoid of healthy, sightful, masculine structure. They are rebelliant to structure. They are rebellion to any form of leadership and order. I know what I'm talking about. I have watched it. I understand it. They think that by submitting and acquiescing to the order and the structure of a man, they think that that's being weak. And the way I see it, without me going through the particulars and conveying the details, I only expect certain people to understand what I'm about to say anyway. This is something that they have watched the liberal-minded, feminist white woman do, and it has trickled down to them. The only difference is they are taking it a step further. I won't even get too deep into it. Some of you know what I mean, and some of you don't. When you look at history and compare it to now, you'll understand what's what and where it came from and where certain behaviors originated.
Given of a serious incident. So yes, we had to stop
She
him.
not
When we
listening
find
to
somebody
shit they
matching that
saying. Look at
description,
her.
ma'am, they are not just free to go.
Let them out the car.
No, we need to get their information.
Let them out the car. Like,
No, ma'am.
see, I can't even play it. Wait, you say, let them out the car? You their sergeant or something. She's saying this like she's the lieutenant or chief or something. Okay, let them out the car if you don't pump your brakes. See, they have been out of order for so long. They have gotten away with this type of behavior and thinking for so long. Look at how she's, let them out the car? Okay, let them out the car. You're not their supervisor. You don't get to tell them what the hell to do. I'm gonna take that back. Watch this.
Incident. So yes, we had to stop him. When we find somebody matching that description, ma'am, they are not just free to go.
Let them out the car.
No, we need to get their information first.
No, you let them out the car.
No, ma'am.
Then I can give you the information because I don't trust y'all.
That is not how that works, ma'am. We have got to get their information. We got to get everything taken care of. Can you please just help us out?
Stevenson know all my kids.
We also need their information.
He knows all of their information.
Okay, hang on.
Lord, you bitches got attitude
How old
like
is she?
crazy.
Why?
And if he
We
does
need to
know
know
all of
how
your kids, why is
He's
that?
of legal age to have a right to with his say so when I'm not here.
That's not what I'm asking for. Is she 18 or older? 17 or older?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get the paperwork started for misdemeanor adult 1095 on the obstruction. So that way we can get her identified and then we can get her out of here. And then she'll just have her time in court.
Have her time in court for what?
Obstruction.
What is obstruction? You know
Obstruction.
that obstruction is she's checking on her brother.
Her
Listen
preventing
to
us
this
from
ignorance.
talking to him,
He's not
helping
going
him
to
get
talk
away.
to you.
We still need to identify him. She
Okay.
physically barred us from being able to figure stuff out. And then she also was refusing to identify herself when she was detained because of how
If
she was
she
behaving.
says that's my brother, it should have been in discussion. Then you should have
is
said,
not.
okay, well, this is the situation, and explain something to her. She's going to be protected.
She was out here when we explained everything to her about what happened.
No, I'm gonna let my turn out of this car.
Can we get her name and her date of birth so we can...
No, because y'all not about to lock my child up for some bullshit.
Right now,
no.
it's a misdemeanor. She's not going to jail. No, she keeps trying to break my window, then we're looking at something different.
She a misdemeanor for what? It's not obstruction. It's not obstruction
and
if I
disorderly
step
conduct.
in. But if I step in and I'm the parent and I'll be like, oh, this, and that, and I push my child out the way.
If you're physically touching an officer to get him out of the way, to stop him, yes.
So you mean to tell me if you're this close and I step in and I do this,
First
and push
off,
my child.
Don't do that. I get
back
you
your
trying to
ass
explain,
up.
but don't do that.
Is that
Yes.
her name? Okay.
Okay.
Did I pronounce her?
Close enough.
But when she does that, yes, it is obstruction. Especially since always.
Since when?
Whenever somebody hinders us from completing our
What do
investigation.
you mean
that's
since when? I told y'all I was gonna pause this video quite a bit. What do you mean since when? You don't know what obstruction is? If you are getting in the way, if you are blocking, if you are interfering, that is obstructing, regardless of how you do it. And you sitting here talking about, when has that been the case? You're that ignorant, but you talk as if you just know what's going on. You talk like you just know what's what. I cannot tolerate people like this. You're so loud and you're so wrong. And where is this girl's father? This is a situation to where he should have been called up regardless of where he is, even if he's at work, and he should have been on his way to assist. He should have been on his way to provide leadership within this situation. He should have been on his way to preside over this situation. He should have been on his way to govern over these circumstances. His daughter's in the back of a police car, and this mother is totally mishandling the situation.
obstruction. Whether they hinder us. That is obstruction. She physically hindered. She didn't just like say like, oh no, somebody's not here, and then we have to go and look for somebody else. She physically hindered, as well as yelling and screaming about how we're gonna have to take her to jail and how she's gonna mess somebody up today. She did it. We tried to get her over here. We tried to just detain her, sit her in the car. She wants to resist sitting in the car. I don't know why.
Yes. Okay, so this is what I'm not understanding. The same example I just gave you, I have done that plenty of times. So I'm not understanding how
they
that is
should have
structured.
arrested your ass. If she had interfered or obstructed plenty of times, they should have arrested her ass. But knowing them how I know them, she's probably lying. She ain't jumped her ass in the middle of no police officers plenty of times. She's probably just telling him that. Yeah, I did this all the time. This never happened. She lying like a motherfucker. She's lying. If she had jumped in front of police officers or in the middle of them like she say, that says a lot about her. There's an innumerable amount of things that's wrong within this video. And these type of things is what I'm talking about. This is what's taking place. They can't realize and see what's wrong with their conduct. The children should not even be out there. Ain't no order. These are the environments that are lacking order. These are the environments they got these dumbass bitches who are the heads of the households in these environments. That's why your household is a damn mess. Just like you are. You don't know order. You are rebelliant to order. I bet you if you walk inside of her house, I bet you her house a damn mess. I can guarantee it. Shit all over the place, shoes all over the place, clothes laying around everywhere, dishes in the sink, bathroom a mess and dirty. I bet you that's what her house looks like. The blinds in the window, they're all messed up. They're using bed sheets for curtains and shit. The carpet is dirty. The kids walking in and out of the house with shoes on. It's a school night and the kids are up to 12 in the damn morning. And I can name many more things, and then you got the nerve to be out here talking about, I'm strong and independent, baby. I don't need no damn man. I'm very educated, baby. I got 2 degrees, nigga. I got 2 degrees. I got mine. Mine don't want for nothing. This is the kind of shit that they say. And before I continue on any further for the fools, I'm not saying 100% of all of them are like this. Of course we know it's not all, but it is enough to raise an eyebrow. It's enough to cause concern. It's extremely prevalent. And this is another thing. What they're doing now is because they realize how difficult and hard and troublesome it is to try and raise children and run a household by themselves. Look at the pictures on your screen. So what they're saying now is, I need a real man. I want a real man. I don't want to figure it out on my own. I want to call my man. Do not be fooled by them, because these are the things that I'm seeing them say on social media now. These are the things that they're posting, because they all repeat and post the same shit. I want to call my man. These are the same type females who you see on this post. Look at your screen. These are the same women who were once saying, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I don't need a nigga for shit. These are the same ones. And now they're on social media talking about, I don't want to figure it out by myself. I don't want to figure it out on my own. I want a real man. Bitch, no you don't. That ain't what you want. That's not what your actions show. That's not what your dating practices show. Nothing that they do demonstrates or inclinates that they want a real, solid, loving, leading man. They're only saying that because they want to benefit off of the things that a man like that comes with. They say that shit because it sounds cute and pretty. I want a real man. Yeah, I want a family. Bitch, stop. They've been turning down and speaking down upon good men. I've been watching them and analyzing them. Many of them don't even want a real man till they've been stretched out, got 2-3 baby daddies, 18, 20, or 25 sexual partners, all used up, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually damaged after all of the ridiculous upside down relationships that they have been through. Then they want a guy like that. Then they end up getting a guy like that, and guess what they do many times down the line? They end up divorcing his goofy ass, and that's what he get. I know them well. They will even look down on men who make a little less than them. This is the kind of old silly shit that they do. Pay attention. And of course, I'm not talking about all. I shouldn't even have to repeat that. And then anytime men voice what they have observed, they say, oh, you hate women. You're bashing women. He gay. He's bashing women. They say that because they do not want you to speak on how you feel about the things that they do or have done. They do not want you to speak your mind and voice your opinion on their foolishness. Men, for decades, they have been quiet. Men don't too much like to talk about what they dislike because nobody wants to hear what a man gotta say. He's shunned. But now, within the past 10 years, you got all these damn channels popping up. These outlets with men voicing their opinion because it's always been one-sided. And if you voice what you think in regards of a particular circumstance, they think that it is an attack on all women when really you're only voicing that in which you don't like about that bitch or bitches like her. Girl, he must be gay. He bashing women. He just bashing women. Retarded ass. And if a man speaks up in regards to something that has been said about him, oh, girl, he's sassy. Girl, he's sassy. Girl, these men out here sassy. They just sassy. And the reason that they do this and say this is because they will repeat, recite, regurgitate some dumbass shit that they have heard some absent-minded, gameless ass bitch say, and then she hears it and she goes and repeats it and says it herself. These are the type of shaming tactics and shaming language that is used because really they do not want you to voice what you think. They do not want you to voice your opinion and your outlook. They want you to shut the hell up, let them say what they gotta say, and be quiet and continue to have this false narrative painted about your image. See, I understand what's happening here. I understand what's going on. That's really what's going on in a nutshell.
Oh no, but I mean, like, she literally goes to the school if I can't make it. If they have parent-teacher meetings, her and my son are on their paperwork to do anything.
Well, that's what BOE was saying today, and it's the same with us. When we deal with juveniles, we have to deal with parents or legal guardians. That's just how it is. I get that she's babysitting. Now, if it was just a question of, like, somebody was like, hey, can you check on these kids? Their mom's not there. And we knocked on the door and we saw her there and nothing was going on, of course that's fine. That's no problem at all. Because she's able to watch them. She's legally able to watch them. She's of age. She's of sound mind. But when she identifies as a parent, that's different. When it comes to this, when it comes to investigations and we have to deal with actual parents and guardians, we have to deal with actual parents and guardians, not brothers or sisters, even if they are of age. If she was 42, we still would need you to deal with the kids.
Well, that's different because last time,
this ain't last
we were talking to her and she called me until I pulled up. So that's why I'm confused about everything.
You're talking about this morning?
Yes, you are.
If I'm not here and something's happening and I get a phone call to come see what's going on, they're talking to her. So I'm confused.
Yeah, you are.
You're confused. Because she inserts herself.
You are a confused ass bitch.
I don't know where she came from. She came up and was saying that she was the parent and guardian and trying to pull
because that's how she's listed.
She's not listed as a parent.
No, she's not listed as a parent, but she's listed as the guardian.
We were looking for a parent. We tried to calm her down. We were trying to calm her down today. We didn't want to put her in cuffs.
She's going to do that.
Not going to do it.
I tried to explain to detectives. She has 4 encounters. One was when she was in school. She's walking down the street. I guess something happened at one of the stores over there in Garden City. She just got to school. I'm literally on the phone with her, talking to her. Whatever happened, she didn't have nothing to do with it, and she was walking down the street. Officers came up, and she said, well, I don't know what's going on back there. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm going home. She stopped to pick me up. They grabbed her, picked her up, and body slammed her, and then turned around and put her back.
I highly doubt that that's how that happened. So you telling me that she's on the sidewalk, just walking home, she's on the phone with you. She look at the police and say, I don't know what's going on back there. They just pick her up and body slam her. I could be wrong, but I doubt that happened that way. You bitches so funny. You bitches, I tell you about these bitches, man, they so funny. Let me take this back.
She has 4 encounters. One was when she was in school. She's walking down the street. I guess something happened at one of the stores over there in Garden City. She just got to school. I'm literally on the phone with her, talking to her. Whatever happened, she didn't have nothing to do with it, and she was walking down the street. Officers came up, and she said, well, I don't know what's going on back there. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm going home. She stopped to pick me up. They grabbed her, picked her up, and body slammed her, and then turned around and put her back. She was out here and the incident happened, and she was just standing there. They told her, she was like, well, I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm just standing here. Officer grabbed her again and pushed her up against the barbell, so she had bruises and stuff on her face. So at this point, she didn't trust anybody.
I don't believe this shit.
He literally standing in between my screen door and my door, and one of your officers took and did like this, and then she pulled a gun out and cocked it back at my child. And he's standing in his own damn doorway because he was standing like this.
Officers wouldn't cock a wrong.
She did, because I said something to Stalker, because I told Stalker to make her take off her shit, because I want to whoop her ass. I'm sorry, I thought, don't think. He's in his doorway. If he's standing like this, and he's in his doorway, what did you have to do that for?
Okay.
If you're too scared, then you don't need to be out here.
Well, like I said, I don't know the experiences before, but those ones, you said somebody came up to her. This one, she put herself in this situation.
So she probably did
don't know
the other
about
ones
other
as well.
situations. She inserted herself. She was yelling. Like I said, she was being disorderly.
About her siblings, yes.
Yeah, I know. So
see, she approves
of
it.
Trying to get her name. We didn't want to do anything. All right. We really didn't. We was just trying to get a name.
Well, he didn't tell you. He has all their information. He knows us.
Why do they know you?
I didn't get it this morning either.
Oh, he knows everything. Between him, Scoggins, and him, they know all my kids' names, so why nobody asked them? They could have told you who my kids were. This time she come out here and talk.
I heard you say something as you came up, and nobody was in your house. I don't know who told you that.
Oh, he said that himself that, oh yeah, we bum rush your house.
No. We went to the house because she was trying to push him inside. When he was inside, she got in front of the door. Nobody went in the house. Then that's when we detained her. Nobody went in your house.
Well, you need to tell your detective to stop lying, because that's what he just told me, that you guys were in my house.
I didn't know. No, ma'am. Me and him were the ones at the door that detained him, and nobody got past us.
What's up?
Okay, you know me. Nobody went in your house. I give you my word. I was there. Now the investigator stood at the door. He never went in. Your son came out on his own. No officer went inside your house. I give you my word on that.
All right, so what's up with Detective?
He's out here dealing with someone. Just like I came out here last time, and your daughter over here kept running mouth, kept yelling at everybody, kept trying to act all, Billy Badass. What I tell you then, it was going to wind up turning into this. I told you that last time she did that stuff to me, that she was going to wind up getting charged with it. And that's exactly what happened. Because I understand you trust your daughter to look after your son when you're not here. Eyes of the law, we show up. I explained this last time too. Public housing, we have the authority to identify anybody we find in public housing. She can't stop that.
Look at her face.
You can't even stop that. You have to be there if we are questioning your children in regards or any questions that could incriminate them. So if I'm going to sit there and question your son about what may or may not have happened over here in Precinct 3, I need you present. To identify him, I do not need you present. I would like it just for cooperation's sake, but I don't have to have it legally.
Okay, see, everybody got something different to say.
And this is what I explained. I don't know the other one's name, but his mom was out here. I explained it the same way. All we were trying to do, and we made that clear, we were just trying to identify him. Get his name, get his information, confirm where he lived. Now, anything past that, we'd have had you here before we started questioning anything. But then, just like last time, your daughter wants to start shooting off her mouth, talking about how she's going to go off in a minute. Start running around, screaming, hollering, acting like she's about to throw down with everybody out here. Getting everybody else out here riled up. And just like I told you last time, what it turned into. Now she charged for it. Last time we let her walk off. This time, no. All we did was detain her.
You are wrong.
Because the same thing I told you last time. In public housing, we have the right and authority to identify anybody we find in public housing. Because it's public housing. That's the law. We asked him to identify. He decided he wants to run around, show out, act a fool. So he detained until we could positively identify him. Past that, that's where the investigative method comes from.
Why did he tell you who he was?
Trust me.
This ain't that one get him riled up.
Look at her.
Everybody over there, you know how these kids are. Last time we talked about it too. These kids get everybody amped up, and they want to show out.
But why he didn't tell you guys who he was? I know you know. I know they didn't
because of
know.
her.
But I know you know, and he knows.
See,
but like I said,
where are the fathers of these children? I know where they are. The question is rhetorical. You're showing up, talking to these police. You should have been able to call the father of your children, tell him that something is going on with their child in the police, and he should have been there, or he should have been on his way. There is no order, and like that officer said, these little kids be wanting to run their damn mouth, talk crazy, be disrespectful, show off, and put on a damn show because they have an audience. And one thing I know is that when you have somebody like that, you need to remove them from the equation. They should have removed her a lot sooner and put her ass in the back of that squad car. There is a lack of understanding. There's a lack of respect. We already know that there's no order. That leads to complete chaos and dysfunction. You live in the projects. It's all women around there. It's all these damn children. Most men don't want to have nothing to do with you. Most of them are weak and probably ran off some damn where or never wanted to have a kid by you to begin with. There's a lot of reasons why you see these neighborhoods looking how they look. Hypothetically speaking, if I lived there, if I had no choice and I lived there, I wouldn't talk to none of these motherfuckers. I wouldn't talk to none of them. I would keep a conversation with them very short and simple. I have great discernment skills. We don't share the same interests. We don't think the same. We don't understand the same. We don't believe the same. We have different values. Things that you may think that are okay, I don't. Things that you may think that are normal, I don't. Why are your children running around outside all over the place? And to be honest, them little motherfuckers is going to wind up and get themselves into some trouble. Doing something they have no business doing. And then when they get caught, they try to play this game and say, what are you doing because I'm black? Why you messing with me? Nobody messing with you. You was out here doing shit you had no business doing. They have never had a father that would have taught them how to accept and welcome accountability. If you did something, understand what you did and understand that there's a consequence for the things that you do. And when your consequence comes, take your consequence. Deal with your consequence head on. Deal with the accountability head on. You may not like it. You may feel some condemnation. Teach this to these young boys young. Whatever you do, there will be a consequence for it. However you behave or act, there will be a consequence for it. Everything that you say out of your mouth, there will be a consequence for it. So watch what you say out of your mouth. That girl who they arrested and had to force into the back of the squad car, you want to be so quick to talk. You want to be on edge. Why are you always on edge? Ain't nobody after you? See, a lot of times they be thinking that the police is after me. They're trying to go after me. They're picking with me. If you were to really think about it, are they really picking with you? Are they? Are they really after you? Or did something happen that caused them to be there? You can't have no man like me over there. If 90% of those apartments in that apartment complex had a man like me in that motherfucker, that whole area wouldn't even look how it looked. You wouldn't see it looking raggedy. You wouldn't see garbage on the damn ground. You wouldn't see blinds all torn up in the window. You would not see a bunch of kids running around recklessly outside. You wouldn't see none of that shit. You wouldn't see a dumbass woman like this. You would not see that. I done talked enough. I have talked enough. I use this channel to get out my thoughts. Because before I just kept it all in. But this shit is bizarre. This is a very bad and grotesque situation. But who am I? Who am I? You'll be more upset with me for talking how I talk rather than being upset with the things that take place in many of these videos that I show y'all. Nobody want to tell this woman that she ignorant as hell, but you want to walk around and talk like you know that in which you do not know. Your daughter is out of order just like you. Your son is out of order just like you. This boy is out here running around with these old raggedy ass dreads in his head. He look a mess and he look dirty. Don't even get me started on that shit. Look at the boy on the screen. They look so dirty and dingy. You look unkept. The way that you're walking around says a lot about you. The things that you're saying out of your mouth says a lot about you. You ain't been taught. And it gets to the point where they are rebellion to a teaching. And that's dangerous. That shit is so dangerous. They will get to the point where they will rebel a good teaching because they think they already know. No, I ain't trying to hear it. You can't tell me shit. I ain't trying to hear it. Many of them, not all, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them don't want to hear shit a motherfucker like me have to say. They'll tell me to shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Be quiet. The way that you think along with how you behave has caused so much destruction in your family and you don't even realize it.
Once she started getting everybody amped up, riled up, Dad, he stood there for a minute. I mean, he wasn't really cooperating with us, but he wasn't running around acting a fool. Once she got everybody riled up, then he's running in the house. She's trying to block us in the door, talking about, waving her arms, talking about going off on everybody. So now she charged. He's still getting identified, so she ain't changed nothing but the fact that she got a court date in the future.
All right, Mom. We're going to let her out of the vehicle so I can take that one cuff off her. Can you just please calm her down while we do that?
Oh,
This is for what? We got to go. It's orders is blood, though. So you yell. That's my freedom of speech. I can yell if I want to.
See?
You can't tell me how to talk.
See?
That's freedom of speech. That's in the book. That's First Amendment, baby. So who don't know their rights? Yeah.
You don't.
Second part, this orderly conduct. Why? What's this orderly conduct? Basically, the instruction is because what's obstruction? What I did, I didn't fight them back. I didn't resist arrest. No nothing. I walked to the car and all.
I was trying to explain all that.
So what's obstruction? Because when they were trying to talk, and it's on camera. So what's obstruction? If they talk to me, and I don't have to literally say nothing back.
She won't even listen to her mama.
And I told, and he knew that officer, right? They see him come out the house. So how you gonna make a child identify themselves? If you see him come out the house, then he clearly got no shoes on.
Hold on. Let me pause this. See, she won't even listen to her damn mother. You cannot get through to them. All they want to do is talk, and they are so unwise. I would teach to my daughter, just because you want to say something, and you might be right, but you might be saying it at the wrong time. You've got to be wise about what you say and when you say it. And then just because you think you're right, just because you feel, baby, that you're right, does not mean that you are right. Because you feel that you are correct within how you think does not mean that you are correct. Anytime you encounter a situation, I want you to halt, collect your thoughts first. And before you say something, I want you to think about, is it wise to say this at this time? Is this the appropriate time to say what I'm getting ready to say? Is this an appropriate time to convey what I'm trying to convey? This whole mouthy thing and trying to talk and always saying something is gonna hold you back. These are teachings that need to be repeated. This is why it's important for men to be fathers to your daughters, to your sons, to your children. They are going to need correction and redirection damn near on a daily basis till it is instilled within them. And this shit has to be done from birth. But most importantly, it needs to be modeled in front of them. They need to grow up seeing their parents be everything that they say. She's talking about, I can say what I want to say, it's freedom of speech. No. It is unwise. Just because you may have the right to talk and say something, that does not mean that it is the appointed time to say it. You gotta know when to say something and when not to say something. When to talk and when to hold things back. I hate when I hear people saying that. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. I can say what the fuck I want to say, baby. It's freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. You could be right about what you're saying, but how did you say it? What type of tone did you use when you said it? A lot of y'all, sometimes you can say the right thing, but you can say the shit oh so disrespectful. And when you want to present what you have to say to someone, you got to make sure that your delivery is correct. You gotta make sure that what you're saying is acceptable, because you can say the right thing the wrong way and the motherfucker don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. I'm guilty of this. I've done this. There's been many times in past times that I've said the correct thing, but I said it the wrong way. You've never been taught an effective way to communicate. Fly off at the mouth. Look at her. Her mother is trying to calm her down. Her mother is trying to explain something to her. But guess what? She's doing to her mother what her mother did to the police. Whoo. Ain't that some shit? The same way that her mother always had something to say, really wouldn't listen, always had to open up her mouth and say something, that daughter is now doing to the mother what the mother did to the police. It is a repeated cycle. The mother is sitting there trying to calm the daughter down, trying to explain to her what's going on and what has taken place. She keep talking, got a rebuttal to say, it's freedom of speech and this and that. I can say what I want. He didn't do that. Just always something to say. I'm telling you, this is crazy. It's always something that they have to open their mouths and say. You guys are gameless than a motherfucker. You guys are out here in this world, you having all kind of issues, really for something that you created. You need to know that you literally can create a good circumstance or you can create a bad circumstance. Which one do you want to pick? They're about to let her out of the car and watch how she acts when they let her out of the car. She's gonna be like, go to jail. I'll be damned. Go to jail. She's sitting up here cursing in front of her mama, all type of shit. Watch this.
When y'all first pulled up, that's what I'm saying. So again, man, where my camera at? Because all that shit was recorded.
I can explain it to you.
Y'all right. All that shit was recorded. All that shit was recorded. Who got the video? All that was recorded. Yeah.
Nobody got time to be looking over no damn video.
Ma'am, she needs to step out the car. I tried to explain it to her, but
I be damn going.
See?
He's going to come get me, I promise you that.
Still talking.
Ma'am.
You talking to him?
Miss Coleman.
Ultimately, both of her children were released. However, her daughter was charged with obstruction and disorderly conduct, with a court date set for a later time. Regarding the shots fired incident, the investigation was concluded as no shell casings, property damage, or injuries were discovered at or near the scene.
I done said enough in this video. I done said enough. I'm gonna just get the hell out of here. I've been doing too much talking. This is Hicks Uncensored. If you wanna follow me on Instagram, the link is in the description. Peace.